Greetings, theists and non-theists. I am the Atheist Paladin, and I want to talk about how beliefs are formed. My last video with directed at Rational Roundtable would remind me of a video I wanted to do, and since it's related, to talk about belief in general. When we believe things about almost any statement, usually it's not because of a choice. Belief is not a choice, it's organic. Now, what do I mean by organic? I mean that basically deterministic, and it's determined by a process of evaluating the evidence and drawing conclusions from that. So when we believe something, it's normally due to some quality of something that we can arise a belief about. So when theists say, I believe God created the universe, that's a conclusion they draw. It's just saying, this is the conclusion I draw and agree to. That's when we say when we believe something. And so when it comes to doctrines, religious doctrines of belief, it kind of gets silly because we don't choose to believe in something. And if it is, it's normally for the wrong reasons. If you're saying that you believe in God because what if hell? Then do you really believe in God? No. You're just trying to avoid a consequence. A consequence that you so happen to believe is credible. Because if you didn't, then you wouldn't believe in God anyways. Like me. So when we believe something, it's because of something else. It's not because of any decision that I could make freely. So when I say I don't believe in God, it's just something that I arrive to. It's not that I can one day, okay, I'll believe in God. No, the best I can do is lip service and try to mimic the Christian doctrine and Christian ways or of whatever other religion. That's not belief. It is never belief. That's just playing it safe. So that's why I just find it silly of trying to get people to believe in something. No, let's not talk about the belief itself. Let's talk about our evidences. Let's talk about why we believe something, rather than what should be believed. And so I think that's very poignant. And the atheist experience, this is their tactic. And I think when it comes about belief about something, that's the best way. Is simply examine, why do you believe this? And if a God is going to punish me for coming basically to the wrong conclusion, because that's really what's happening. God's going to punish me because I either reasoned wrong or just didn't receive the proper evidence, and he's saying, well, sorry, you don't get to end heaven, or you'll suffer in hell eternally, or whatever the case may be when it comes to that. Then that's the type of God I wouldn't want to worship anyways. A God that rejects someone on the basis of drawing a conclusion isn't a God that is worthy of worship of anyways. If a God is truly this enlightened being, as theists claim, and he is, above all and all-knowing, and so such an enlightened being, then he wouldn't make such a petty and childish rule, He would pick people on the basis of their character, on the kindness of their heart. And he'll see to that. Instead of going, well, he didn't believe, i.e. didn't come to the conclusion that I exist, and that my Son is the way of salvation. That's stupid. So, peace, take care, and remember, rationality is the path of righteousness.